Friday the 13th is my 10th fanmade chapter for Dead by Daylight. The caretaker of Camp Shiny Waters had to mourn a heavy loss in 1957. It was his own daughter who suggested the camp as a destination for the end-of-school trip. But as early as the first evening, a great animosity developed between her classmates and her father, who insisted on enforcing the strict rules of the camp. Helplessly, she took her father's side, which led to her having to spend the night outside alone. She was so ashamed of having betrayed her friends that she did not seek protection with her father and froze to death in her sleep. When the girl's body was found in the woods the next day, her father's revenge was to be cruel. Paul Voorhees' mass murder at Camp Shiny Waters in 1957 left only one sole survivor. A girl that managed to behead the manic caretaker with a machete. Only when the camp was closed, the caretaker's little son, whom Paul had not told anyone about, crawled out from under the guest bed. Although he never went to school, he grew large and strong, and never forgot the incident in his childhood. The tight-lipped brute had lost all faith in humanity, and one day he set out on a mission to destroy all humans and thus avenge his sister and father. Stolen from the memories of this unstable adolescent, Camp Shiny Waters was reconstructed in the realm of the entity. From the Packanack Lodge, located beneath a huge lake, one may see what happens during the night on the far shore of the mist-covered waters, but until you get there and help, all aid might be lost. Instead of a killer shack, this place wondrously relocated the Eternal Peace Cemetery to the other side of the lake, where Jason's former grave may lead to an iridescent basement. Jason's crime spree claimed many victims, regardless of gender, age, origin, or affiliation. He hated them all. Finally, it was a little boy who was able to stop the threatening man with the hockey mask and the machete. But he did not know that he doomed his whole life with his actions. Jason's time to die had not yet come. In truth, this event was neither in the future nor in this world. The power of the Slaughterer is Jason's fury. It gives him the opportunity to chase and catch survivors differently in the course of a trial. Therefore, the fury can increase or decrease in stages from 1 to 5. These stages change the terror radius of the Slaughterer as well as parameters of 2 special abilities, the Shift and the Instant Break. The Shift ability allows Jason to teleport a few meters straight ahead when no obstacle blocks his path. The Shift has a set range that is cut in half during a chase. Jason has no collision with survivors while performing a shift and starts to emit sparks upon charging. The Instant Break ability allows Jason to walk right through a breakable wall or a dropped pallet, breaking it in the process. He can even perform a basic attack during this action. Instant Break has a cooldown. Whenever a pallet or a breakable wall is destroyed normally, the cooldown restarts. Whenever a survivor is unhooked safely, the fury increases by 1 stage. Whenever a survivor is sacrificed or killed, the fury decreases the same way. With every stage of fury, Jason's terror radius increases by 8 meters, the shift range decreases by 2 meters, and the instant break cooldown also decreases by 5 seconds. With add-ons, Jason can alter the effects of the fury stages. He can duplicate his terror radius onto a hex totem and apply collision with survivors during a shift. He can start the trial with an insane terror radius and perform a lunge attack on completely overwhelmed survivors. One of Jason's rarest add-ons reveals the aura of the closest foe whenever one of them gets unhooked safely, sacrificed, or killed. The other one can provide him insane map control by doubling the current shift range and removes the indicator for survivors during the charge time. The Slaughterer comes with the 3 perks that reward him if he manages to keep survivors vulnerable at the same time and hinder their progression aggressively. Killing Spree increases your movement speed at the start of a trial and deactivates after your first downs. Hex Bloodbath distracts all parties from interacting with generators. While this hex is active, hit survivors get a massive repair speed penalty and the killer suffers from the blindness status effect. Beyond the Grave grants a slowdown effect on areas around used hooks. Upon hooking any survivor, objects in a moderate range will receive a regression penalty and a permanent survivor action speed reduction. After the psychotic Jason killed Tommy Jarvis's mother, the boy managed to defeat him by triggering a déjà vu to the incident in Jason's childhood. For years he suffered from that night's trauma and was committed to the Pinehurst Youth Development Center, where he was pursued by a crazed man who pretended to be Jason. He was no longer certain if he had really killed the psychopath at the time. He had to make sure. So one night he went to the Eternal Peace Cemetery, dug out the coffin and drove a metal fence post right into Jason's heart. That was the cue. The sign for beings who not only commanded the fog, but could also direct the world of humans in ways that create legends. Tommy comes with 3 perks that provide him tools to escape the killer in the nick of time and to empower his punished companions. Escape the Verdict. After even short interactions with a generator, a totem, a hook, or an exit gate, you will not leave scratch marks or pools of blood for a brief duration. Each sacrificed or killed survivor increases this duration passively. Mutual Attraction decreases the consumption rate of items that are brought or found by you as long as another survivor uses them. Tie a Boulder can provide a new way to escape the killer's grasp when the killer comes too close to an upright pallet while picking you up or carrying you. Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th, is available nowhere. For now.